Surprised at all because it's a political motive.
It's not a shock, Siswam. We always waited for this. It is a precedent because they continue to fire those who are fighting for the right of the workers, the poor in particular.
We feel very saddened about the expulsion of Comrade Vavi. But we know very well that Vavi stood for the truth, that he represents the interests of the working class. Far from those interests of Stumo and others. Stumo is just a toxic poison. It does not represent the interests of the working class. It's killing, in fact, the federation. It's standing for the interest of the capital. Very clear that.
No, I think it's unfair, man. I think everybody needs a chance to explain and express himself. So I think they need to look at it.
All right, that was just some reaction from Port Elizabeth workers. We cross now to the windy city of Port Elizabeth. Our reporter, Iviwe Poti, is standing by. A very good morning to you, Iviwe. What's the latest? What can you tell us from the Nelson Mandela Metro?
Well, you will remember that Port Elizabeth, specifically the whole Eastern Cape, is a very strong hold for the Federation. So speaking this morning to some of the workers, with the possibility of Vavi being expelled, they're really not happy with that possibility. And looking back last year when Tobi Lendola, who's also from the Eastern Cape, was expelled, they're really not happy that leaders that they believe in and leaders that they follow could be expelled from the Federation. When speaking to them, they honestly feel that the Federation has big cracks and it's definitely going to change those that work for the working class, and they feel that if Vavi is expelled, they would rather just look in whatever direction he's looking into, because they feel that he's one that really works very hard to fight for their rights as workers. So right here in Port Elizabeth this morning, with the rumors that he might be expelled, unconfirmed reports, they feel that it would be very disappointing for them as workers, and they would not be happy with that decision.
I mean, workers generally have so much to deal with as it is. I mean, how does this added fear then contribute to the difficult working conditions that many of them currently find themselves in, and the current battles that they have? On top of that, you've now got this added fear that they have.
Workers definitely depend on the Federation to fight for their rights. So something like this that might create an uneasy feeling definitely creates uneasy feelings between them as well as workers. They don't know who they might turn to should they have problems in terms of strikes or problems at work. Where do they report? I think in terms of trust as well, when it comes to the leaders, it's slowly depreciating. If leaders are not united, then workers as well on the ground won't be united either. Some also mentioned looking at the elections of 2016 with the local elections, they feel that the cracks within the Federation will also create problems, as they won't really know who to follow, who to vote for, as we do know that the Federation is also part of the tripartite alliance. So it's not only about the Cosatu or NUMSA, but it also stems a bit further in terms of what political party they'll actually vote for, looking further, because these people are their leaders, and if they have no unity, then what will happen to them as workers as well?
Iviwe, do you get the sense that if another stronger union had to step up and say, we will be able to represent you, that a lot of those workers that are maybe sitting in this disillusioned position would then be able to quickly be wooed by a new player?
I'm not really sure about that, but speaking to them, I feel that a sense from them, the workers that we spoke to this morning, many of them are willing to follow Vavi in whatever direction that he goes, and some of them even mentioned that, these cracks within the Federation are a start of a new struggle, a start for the workers to try and find new direction where they'll be comfortable and feel that the leadership will show them a clear direction, not a direction where some leaders are leaning the other way and some leaders are leaning a different direction. Some of them have said that they feel that the Federation now is fighting for the employer and no longer for the employee. So maybe if something did come up, we would see quite a few numbers leaving the Federation and looking into a new direction.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the good work that you're doing in Port Elizabeth. TV reporter who's chatting to us from the windy city. Now, Cosatu President Dlamini says that they have not made a pronouncement on the decision of what happens to their General Secretary, Zwelinzima Vavi. The official announcement should be made later this afternoon as they wrap up that important CEC meeting. Stay with Morning Live. We'll have more for you after this.